Hello Taurus, and welcome to your reading for May the 16th until the 22nd. We're going to be looking at some energies you might be feeling at the moment and how that might be playing out in the next few months. So, as always, please take what resonates and discard the rest, okay, because these are general readings. And if any other meanings come up for you with these cards, please jot them down. And yeah, let's call in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, Light Beings, any other spirit guides, consciousnesses or collectives that would like to be a part of this reading and to assist us and to communicate with our higher selves, as they are also present. We acknowledge our own higher selves here as well. Okay, so Taurus, let's just grab you a couple of cards now. We have the Six of Swords. So moving towards something that is something. And the Six of Cups. Okay, this is a 6-6 double energy, which I don't know if that's angel. Every double number is an angel number, but I always like to think the double numbers are, mastery numbers as well. So the 6 is that number of harmony and balance. Okay, here we have, like giving and receiving. There's the output, or what energy you're putting in, is going to be, given back to you. So it's an equal thing. So it's like whatever you are looking at or what you're into, what you're feeling at the moment is a great balance of energies. Okay, and it's looking like either you are moving towards this, or I think that's what it is. Actually, that's what it looks like there to me. You're kind of moving towards this more harmonious energy, and I think you're sensing where you need to go in order to do that, how you need to be within yourself, and also with whom you are going to be feeling that with. And that could be a group of people, of course. Doesn't have to be just one other person, but it could be. So let's just have another quick look as well about currently, how you're feeling at the moment, Taurus, or what you're doing now. So at the moment, you are covering your bases, you're covering your responsibilities, you're covering yourself financially, you're looking after your health and well-being, and you are, feeling fairly comfortable with things by the look of it. And let's just see if, that's a great foundation to, if you're looking to do something to move forward from that, it's a great foundation to have. Let's look at your, something in the shorter term that you're looking to move. Yeah, you're looking to find that new thing, because you're moving towards something here that's going to give you greater balance and more, perhaps, an equal give and take with your energy. It could be that you've been giving out a lot. I'm gathering here that you're a fairly responsible person. So sometimes with responsibility, we can give our energy out a lot because we feel for some reason that we are responsible for others, and that can be certainly the case in a job role or in a family setting. Okay. But there's going to be something here that you're going to be grabbing that's just for you, where you don't necessarily have to be responsible for others. It's just going to be something that gives you fulfillment and joy just on its own, like in doing that activity. Or, it may be, it could even just be a home or somewhere that you're looking to move to that is in an environment that's more conducive to your soul. Like that could be another thing that could be about too. Let's look at what you're bringing to the table. Or it certainly could be an opportunity or an activity, a course of study. It could be anything that you're looking to move towards for something different. Here we go. We have the Knight of Swords. So this is what you're bringing to the table, and that's sort of, you have an active, keen intellect, okay, and you have a good level of awareness of things. It can also be a card of speed, you have the ability to think and act fairly quickly on things if that's needed, and that kind of certainly makes sense here. If you have responsibilities, sometimes you do have to think on your feet, don't you? Depending on if you're in your work situation or in the home, family situation. You've got to think on your feet. You've got to be adaptable. And, that's certainly, I think that's what you're bringing to the table there. And you probably have creative adaptability. You're able to kind of shift on a dime in terms of what's going through your head. So yeah, let's just see if there's an opportunity that's going to come forward, that's going to allow you to perhaps utilize those skills. But it's sort of like in this new setting here that you're moving towards, that you're going to be bringing to the table, you know, like your intelligence, and yeah, your creativity too. Okay, I think I'm just going to shuffle that again. Right, so let's see, the opportunity is, okay, so this is about, there's going to be an opportunity for you to, if thinking has been a bit of a thing that you feel like you've done a lot of, and you would like to start doing something else, perhaps practical or creative, and certainly, you know, this having an equal exchange of your energy as you do that, you probably, there's going to be an opportunity for you to step out of that, for you to set yourself free from all of these, from all of the thinking that either you feel you have to do or that you naturally do. If that resonates, if you feel that you do tend to overthink, then, or perhaps you tend to perhaps self-doubt a little bit, or, you know, it's all of those limiting self-beliefs that you know, we all suffer from to some extent. Some people to a greater extent and some people to a lesser extent, okay? But it could be that, and sometimes it might be just 2 or 3 little things that we do, or how we speak to ourselves internally, that if we release those and let them go, it can be an opportunity to really set ourselves free. And if you do feel inner resistance to you moving in this new direction here of, you know, a new activity or something here that you're wanting to do, then I think the opportunity is going to be there for you to step into it and to release that. We might just clarify the 8 of Swords too in a minute. Let's just check and see any other thoughts or feelings. Yeah, so you may be, this thing about asking for help, I mean, that could be something that if you do need help, or if you feel like you need to work collaboratively or find a course of study or a group, you may have to extend out of your comfort zone, okay? And you may have to therefore overcome inner blocks or any inner resistance to perhaps asking for help, or to putting the feelers out there and to see what, so you're kind of, perhaps you're a little bit hesitant at the moment. You might be feeling hesitant and unsure as to how you're going to bring this about. But, you know, just remember, I mean, with your King of Pentacles and your Knight of Swords here, you have a lot to offer, okay? Let's look at the environment around you as well. You may even be, you know, underestimating your abilities, okay, underestimating your talents or gifts in certain areas as well. Environment, so yeah, 3 of Pentacles, which came up for Capricorn's reading as well. This is a really great energy to have around you. It is collaborative, it is creative, it is positive, okay? It is definitely possibly community oriented. So it could well be that you have access to a community that you may or may not be aware of, okay? So it may definitely be worth moving out of your comfort zone and just putting feelers out to see where that may be, okay? Where that's based and who may be involved in that group. It may be something that you would be interested in. Let's just look at here long term. Perhaps you're, you know, yeah. So you are looking for more fulfillment. These cups here are, there's nothing wrong with them, okay? And this is certainly probably the energy that you're in at the moment, okay? Which is good, you know, it's great. But you're looking for something on top of that, or as well as, that's going to give you just a little more fulfillment, perhaps a little more personal meaning, a little more, perhaps more, I guess, connection with your higher self, connection with spirituality, connection with perhaps your community, a more sense of connection. And I think many of us are going through this because as we rise in frequency now, because we are all rising in frequency to this unconditional love vibration, it's really activating our heart chakras, okay? Because it's the unconditional love center, that's where it all begins. And it's like when that happens, we experience shifts where we're like, okay, life is not just about me doing my thing and going to work and coming home and being in my building. It's about me being part of a community. I mean, many of us in our work situations may experience that, okay? But not only that, it's also about us coming into unconditional love of all of our repressed shadow aspects, that many of them are positive. They are talents, skills, gifts, and abilities that we have. So this is what you're moving towards. You're moving towards probably, most likely, community, a sense of community, and also a sense of a greater awareness and connection with your inner talents, skills, gifts, and abilities, okay? Let's look at, in terms of this opportunity, like if you can sort of set yourself free from, perhaps it might just be one limiting belief or something like that. And sometimes we release things when we least expect it, or some little thing happens in life and we go, oh, I actually don't, I can just let go of that idea about myself now. And then you're just like, oh, you know, it happens, it happens. It's been happening for many of us. Let's have a look here. So, yeah, Page of Pentacles. Awesome. Well, this was the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely something new. I thought it was a page. See, it looks like a page. But here we have the Page of Pentacles. And, yeah, so it's literally like this is you embarking on the new path. So if you can, you know, it's something that you're going to set yourself free from, and you'll know when it happens, and you'll know what it is when it happens, okay, that you've just released that idea that hasn't been helping you, that hasn't been hasn't been present in your thinking patterns. Sorry. It's been present in your thinking patterns, but it's been sort of hindering your progress in some way, and you'll notice what that is, and, you know. So here we go. You'll be embarking on your new path, your new venture, and it's probably going to be involving, of course, this beautiful exchange of energy that you're looking for. And yeah, and that's kind of cool. I don't know what that thing says on the sign there, but you have, you know, there's plans here, and you're definitely on a path here, and there's a tower, so maybe that, you know, that you've left that tower. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's clarify a couple of cards here. I'll grab my clarifying deck. Yeah, let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Let's just see if there's something there that, Taurus, that you need some extra info that we need there. Thanks, Spirit. Would be awesome. Eight of Swords. Okay, it's clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, and that is about work. It's just like keep at it, you know, just persevere. And it may even be that, you know, with your Knight of Swords here, it's almost like you're not a stranger to, you know, being agile in your thinking and your mind. So it may be doing some, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe doing some mindfulness or meditation to help you to come into calm, because that sometimes that can help us to identify if there are any unhelpful thought patterns. But the other thing to keep in mind too is to not go into paralysis by analysis by paralysis. In other words, don't sit there and go, oh, I wonder what my unhelpful belief or thought is, or, you know, and then just sort of go into a really worried, anxious state about you can't identify what it is. Don't do that, because it's really just a matter about observing yourself. Observe your feelings as you go through your daily life. And if something annoys you, this is how I always look at it. If something annoys you, or kind of you feel a bit triggered or pushes your buttons, that's when you can go, okay, so there's some material there, there's something there. Just take a note of what's going on and what your reactions are, and then perhaps unpack that and, you know, do a little bit of journaling or do a little bit of work on that trigger. Okay, that's one idea. Okay. And certainly, you know, if you're feeling very restricted and very limited, then, you know, you might like to see a counsellor or something like that as well. Now, this card has jumped out. I'm not sure why, but it is just landed on the top on the Five of Pentacles here, and it is the Two of Wands. So this is you, yeah, embarking on a new path once again. So That is looking awesome. I'm also going to clarify the Knight of Swords and just see if there's something else. And then I have an Isis Oracle card for you, Taurus. So let's just grab a clarify the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have... Right, you're big on the Pentacles, which is... Perhaps, Taurus, it's just a King of Pentacles doubled up. Okay, so, right, we need to talk about this. You have lots of Pentacles in your reading, okay? Now, this could mean that you are, like, financially, you're all good, okay? Possibly, if that resonates. The other thing it could be saying is that to perhaps pay more attention to your health and well-being, perhaps adding in some exercise or some good quality nutrition and hydration, if you're not doing that already. But, you know, the King of Pentacles is a card of comfort, okay? And it can be a card of, you know, like luxury, but it's also a mastery card. Like you've mastered, you know, the third D, you know, you mastered that, okay? It's like you've got that sorted. You've got your job, you've got your money, and, yeah, and that's all good. But sometimes, you know, and I'm not sure if this resonates. It might resonate for some of you, but not all of you, of course. But when we get comfortable in life, sometimes we can get too comfortable. And it's like we get used to doing things in a certain way. And if the mind is particularly overactive, it's sort of like, are we taking care of our bodies? Okay. Are we looking after our physical health and well-being? So I just thought I'd put that in there because you have two Kings of Pentacles, but that can also be that you are really, you know, you have a lot of skills and abilities that you can transfer into this new situation. And you'll probably surprise yourself. That's what Spirit's saying. Is like if you're having some doubts and you're feeling maybe you're feeling a bit unsure about asking for help, that once you find the place that you need to be, you will be surprised. Okay, at just how awesome it is and of how valuable you are to perhaps in that community setting or in a group situation, that you have a lot to offer. Okay. Right, let's just grab you an Isis Oracle here as well. Oh, a little bit over time. I was trying to keep these readings to 15 minutes. It's really hard. Okay, here we go, Taurus. We have the Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. Okay, so yeah, you're basically going to be triumphant. I'll just quickly read. There's a paragraph here we can quickly read for this. Spirit of Isis. Okay, we have it here. Right, a short paragraph. It says, Beloved Initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. So yeah, you might be thinking that it's sort of a bit impossible and that you can't move forward, but guess what? Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Believe. Okay. Okay, it is helpful on the inner path to let go and detach over and over again, and yet we need to stay true to our heart and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. Whether it is reaching for enlightenment, for inner peace, for a creative breakthrough, or personal healing, the triumph of the Goddess is with you now, urging you not to give up, no matter how far away or impossible success may seem to be. Don't quit. Persist until the impossible happens, the seeming impossible, okay? Okay, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. Hope that was helpful. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time. And yeah, have a lovely day and an awesome week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.